Many poultry farmers in Uganda have invested in exotic breeds. However, for many of those, they run into losses because they have not got the right information before they launch into the business. Erias Kasumba of Nabingo zone, Wakiso district, has been a poultry farmer since 1990.
By the year 2005, that's when I changed my mind and I started this local birds.
Speaking from experience, Kasumba advises that it's important to seek guidance on housing, feeding, and where to procure disease-free birds.
How should I make sure that instead of buying local hens, I don't buy broilers?
Yeah, mainly the customers, I always advise them, when you want to buy the local birds, you should come and visit the farmers first, and you see the breed, the type of the breed he has or she has, before making an order.
The buyer should avoid birds with a runny nose and red eyes.
Please, don't make the booking on the phone. Spare maybe 20 minutes. Come and visit the farm where you are going to get the birds.
Unlike farmers who think a successful poultry farmer must have thousands of birds, Kasumba says 200 to 300 are ideal for easy supervision.
No, that one is enough for me because I'm a breeder. I normally get the chicks. I take the eggs to the hatchery and I get the chicks. Every week, every Wednesday, I sell about maybe 800 or 1,000 chicks. They're old.
He explains the stages of growth and how the birds should be cared for if the farmer is looking for good results.
When you take them to the hatchery, after 18 days, they take those eggs in the candling room. They call it a candling room. Yeah, for sorting. That is whereby they are going to sort the infertiles and the fertiles. The infertiles, they are going to give it back to you. The infertiles, they are putting them back to the hatching machine for another 3 days to complete the 21 days. Here, whereby you get your chicks.
A farmer is advised to have a cock that mounts the ends. Each cock should be allocated 8 to 10 ends to avoid competition and fighting.
If you have 100, you must have 10 cocks. And also, you must make sure that they are sharp, they are doing the work.
Kasumba says it's vital to maintain good management and hygiene standards. Some of the tips he gives are: avoid pouring water in the chicken house because this causes humidity. Use well mixed and dry feeds. Feed the birds at regular times and monitor their health daily.
Cleanliness, hygienically, cleanliness is very important. These drinkers should be cleaned every morning. This place should be cleaned every morning. These feeds, you have to remove everything and you put a fresh one, a new one.
He also recommends cold and clean water at all times.
You can't just take a chicken on the tap and you open and you come and give. You keep it when they are in a good place, so that when they drink it, it's okay.
At 6 months, they will start laying eggs. And Kasumba explains what the farmer needs to do at this stage.
Yeah, if you have 300 hens, you get 220 minimum a day. That is maybe 7 trays a day.
The farmer prefers not to sell the eggs for consumption, but he hatches them and sells the chicks, which he says is more profitable. Kasumba discourages the habit of farmers debeaking or trimming the beaks of his birds, saying it affects their market value, especially if the buyer is looking for birds to rear. Despite the local breed being resistant to disease, vaccination is a must.
7 days, you have to vaccinate those chicks. First week, second week, up to 4th week, with different vaccines.
Kasumba advises on keeping accounts and records.
You have to keep the records. It is very important to know that by the time you are going to sell your cocks or your hens, you have to calculate how much have you used and what balance are you going to get.
For the 26 years Kasumba has been in this business, he says that a lot has changed for the better.
I have built a house, not only one. I have introduced another farm.
Uganda is estimated to have between 40 and 50 million, of which at least 30 million are local. Ivan Chimuchigozi, NTV.